you, because if you don't provide, you don't eat. Where I would see myself in 5 years, you know what? I have no freaking clue. Hey, I'm Cameron Wallace, sometimes known as Camo. I'm a radio host, TV host, actor, and I do music business stuff behind the scenes as well. I got started, I think, in the music business when I was about 7. A friend of the family pushed me towards playing pedal steel guitar. So that was my introduction to country music and the music business. And like all frustrated musicians, I ended up in radio. I worked in radio first right out of college. I got a job at the #1 country music radio station in Canada, which was in Hamilton. 820 channel. I wasn't there very long. I was fired. That's the one thing they teach you in college is you will be fired. And I did, because I got pretty big for my britches working at the biggest station in the country right out of school. I had switched over from being on air to being behind the scenes because I was just kind of newly married. When you're on the air, you don't get holidays off. You work goofy hours. So I wanted a more 9-to-5 thing, so I took over the creative department. And in Canada, they kind of pigeonhole you and say, well, you're a great radio writer, but you can't really do anything else. So I moved to England and immediately got a job as a creative director at a radio-only ad agency south of London called Air Force. I moved into radio promotion pretty easily. It was as simple as a phone call. Somebody that I had known in Canada that was a radio promotions person for one of the labels. So she said, do you know anything about international radio? And I said, no, but I can find out. And she said, great, would you like to be our international radio promo guy? I said, sure. I can do that. I think the polite way of saying what a record rep is, it's really just a pain in the ass, being a pain in the ass. I always say that being a record rep is like being a cop. As soon as you contact a station to say, are you going to play my record, you know you're going to be lied to. How did I transition into acting? I needed to get some money coming in, and they were shooting a lot of movies in Toronto. Toronto was kind of like Hollywood North at the time. I was in a lot of night heats, which was on CBS. I was in a bunch of movies. One of the coolest ones was Millennium with Cheryl Ladd and KRIS Kristofferson. And then when I moved to Nashville in 2011, the TV show Nashville was just kind of firing up, so I started doing some work on that. It's been a great year. A brand new national TV commercial hit for me for Cracker Barrel, which is a big deal. It's my first national TV commercial. I'm pretty excited about that. It's neat getting messages from people in like Indiana and Boston and Texas and Mississippi saying, I saw your commercial, it's great. One of the cool things is I get to star in a music video for Country Music Hall of Famer Bobby Bare. You like to meet heroes and people that you've listened to and look up to. And I think probably the biggest one for me was Pete Townsend from The Who. I was at a border collie rescue thing in England. For 15 or 20 minutes, we're just two guys in a field in the middle of England with our border collies talking about our dogs. It's hard to juggle a life in front of and behind the camera. I don't think so. For good or bad, I've followed my heart and I've ended up doing things that I love doing. My bank account sucks, but I'm having a great time.